And it's time for another production from the Indiana Players. You folks are so busy. Man, we've already said hello to Katrina Caden and John Henry Steelman, and hello to Sharon Smith, too. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you all with us. Now get up close and cozy to those microphones because we need to get your voices out there. So, Katrina, what is the name of the newest production?
The next show is Sex Please We're 60.
Sex Please We're 60.
Yes.
Okay, and its show dates are?
It's this weekend and next weekend, so April 13th, 14th, and 15th, and 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 2:30 p.m.
In the Sunday matinees. And the tickets are available now?
Yes, you can call the box office at 724-464-0725. You could visit us at indianaplayers.com or visit our Facebook page.
There you go. All right, so the next 2 weekends, Sex Please We're 60,
yes.
Right? That's the name of the play. I'm going to forget that 1,000 times. So, Sharon, what's the deal with this play?
It's about a group of individuals that spend some time at a place called Rose Cottage.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking for love.
In all the right places, evidently. The Rose Cottage is the right place.
Not clear it's the right place.
Okay. Okay, so it's about building this sort of a relationship, huh?
Yes.
Okay, it's a relationship comedy.
Yes, and it's a farce. It's very it's very slapstick and just kind of over the top comedy.
Mm-hmm. Directed by whom?
Me.
By you. Okay, and starring.
So we have John Henry Steelman as Bud the Stud Davis,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
it's a lot to live up to there, John Henry.
Sharon Smith is playing Hillary Hudson. We also have Martha Buckley and Peggy Buckley. We have Tammy Merrill and Jim Resch.
Oh, that's a pretty big crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big crowd staying at, what is it, Rose Cottage?
Yes.
All right, so Sharon, what happens with your character?
As Hillary, I've come on the recommendation of some friends to get out and meet people. I have been a widow for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
There's another reason I'm there, but I don't want to give that away yet.
Okay.
You have to come and see it. So, turns into quite an interesting few days, and I do find love.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask if it's with Bud the Stud.
I'm not going to tell.
And you're not going to tell. I guess we'll have to attend in order to find out. John Henry, what about you? That's quite the title to have to live up to as an actor.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm Bud the Stud, and I'm the one that has like all these women on the ropes there or whatever.
I wondered where you were going to have them there.
Yeah.
On the ropes is a good place.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, as Katrina was saying, it's a very slapstick, and I've got a lot of real physical comedy, which I'm enjoying. As an old man, I don't get to do that as much as I used to.
Does it take liniment at the end of the day for sore muscles?
Well, not quite, but close.
Okay. All right, Katrina, you're the director.
Yes.
Line it out for me. What's happening in this play?
Okay, so Martha plays the proprietor of Rose Cottage. John Henry is her neighbor. She also has Jim Resch plays Henry, who is the suitor of Martha's character, Mrs. Stancliffe. He is poor Jim. He's been proposing for 20 years, and she never says yes. Mm-hmm. And then the other three characters are guests at the cottage, and yeah, it's Bud is kind of the bane of Mrs. Stancliffe's existence because he tries to hit on all of her guests, although she reluctantly has to admit that that's why some of them keep coming back to Rose Cottage.
Oh yeah, I like it. So who wrote this thing?
It's by Michael and Susan Parker. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's not locally written. It's something that I kind of found. I was specifically looking for a play for specifically people at least over the age of 40, because I felt like there's a lot of great roles out there when you're in your 20s and 30s, and I feel like once you hit 40, you start getting to play the parent or the grandparent or the maiden aunt. And so we have such talent of all ages, but we particularly have a lot of talent over the age of 40. And so I wanted to choose a show that could really let their talent shine.
Yeah.
And they were, main characters as opposed to just kind of the side character to somebody else's story.
Mm-hmm. And Sharon, how did you react to that when you learned of this play coming and the opportunity to pick up a role such as yours?
The characters are just so much fun. I'm probably the most sedate character of the show, which is kind of nice.
Because you're the newbie at Rose Cottage.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, I am. But I learned to make friends with all the other ladies, and we have a little fun with Bud.
Yeah, Bud the stud.
Yeah.
All right, Bud. John Henry. Tell me about taking on the role and deciding to pursue this particular role for you.
Well, as much as anything, I wanted to work with Katrina again. She's such a great director, and the show's a lot of fun. Certain irony, the very last show I did was down in Greensburg, and it was No Sex Please, We're British. So, there seems to be a theme going here.
Is this a series or what?
No, I believe that this play was kind of the one we're doing here was kind of a takeoff on that one, but it's by different authors. I mean, it's a completely unrelated play.
I thought maybe you were the John Ratzenberger, Ratzenberger and Pixar. He's in all the Pixars, and you're in this whole series of things.
Sort of.
Yeah. So the play is going to be happening the next 2 weekends, Philadelphia Street Playhouse, and it sounds, Katrina, like you've put together a group of actors who enjoy working together very, very much. And on this particular play, they found a perfect vehicle.
Oh, it's been a great deal of fun. We've spent the last 5 weeks laughing. It's it seems to never get old. That's one of the things when you're directing a comedy is kind of by the time you hit this point, when you're ready to open, you almost don't laugh at the jokes anymore. That's not been the case. They've been for me, it's continued to be fun, and I think for all of the actors as well.
What about any young folks who happen to have stopped by, might be in the cast or just might be, members of the players, and they've seen these folks up on stage sort of licking their chops at a role such as this?
Oh, we've had a couple people stopping in, and stage manager and lighting designer, and some people just passing through the theater, and they've enjoyed it. I think the audiences are really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, lots of fun for the actors, and for you, obviously, working with this group of people.
Yes,
and it sounds like it's going to be a good weekend. The next 2 weekends, as a matter of fact. You said 7:30.
7:30 on Friday and Saturday, 2:30 on Sunday.
And get your tickets ahead of time or get them at the door.
Yes.
Philadelphia Street Playhouse, downtown Indiana.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming in. Anything else we need to know? Anything coming up? Auditions or anything?
Auditions for the one acts. Is that this Monday and Tuesday? This Monday and Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. No preparation necessary. One acts are a great opportunity because they don't take up as much rehearsal time. So for people, it's great for experienced people as well, but for inexperienced people, if you think, this is something you might want to try, but you're not sure about the time commitment, the One Act Festival is the perfect time to get involved.
Yeah, there you go. Not today and tonight, but next Monday.
Next Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you all for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having us.
Sounds like they're enjoying the play, and you will too. It's this next 2 weekends, and it's Indiana in the Morning, presented now on 101.1 FM and AM 1160 WC.